You're watching EAC News. Thanks for joining us. Now for a look at the news making international headlines this Monday, the 9th of May.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau met Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky during an unannounced visit to Kyiv on Sunday, 8th May. Trudeau announced new weapons and equipment for Ukraine addressing a news conference after talks with Zelensky, also said Canada was imposing new sanctions on Russian individuals and entities in connection with Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. Trudeau visited the town of Irpin outside Kyiv, the focal point of fierce battles between Ukrainian and Russian troops before the Russians withdrew late in March. He said Canada was reopening its embassy in the Ukrainian capital. Canada was also providing $25 million to the UN's World Food Program as part of efforts to uphold food security and would remove trade tariffs on all Ukrainian imports to Canada for next year. U.S. First Lady Jill Biden made an unannounced trip to Ukraine on Sunday, May 8th, to show support for its people amid Russia's invasion, visiting a school that is serving as a temporary shelter and meeting Ukraine's First Lady, Olena Zelenska. I thought it was important to show the Ukrainian people that this war has to stop, and this war has been brutal, and that the people of the United States stands with the people of Ukraine, Biden said during her meeting with Zelenska. The school is serving as a shelter for 163 displaced Ukrainians, including 47 children, the report said. Biden, who had been traveling in neighboring Slovakia, gave flowers to Zelenska, who was making her first public appearance since the Russian invasion began on February 24th, according to a U.S. official. Zelenska said Biden was courageous for making the trip. We understand what it takes for the U.S. First Lady to come here during a war when the military actions are taking place every day, where the air sirens are happening every day even today, she said through an interpreter, according to the report. We all feel your support and we all feel the leadership of the U.S. President, but we would like to note that the Mother's Day is a very symbolic day for us because we also feel your love and support during such an important day. U.S. President Joe Biden has been leading efforts to impose economic sanctions on Russia and pressure President Vladimir Putin to end the war. The U.S. President has not been to Ukraine since the invasion, but other top U.S. officials have, including Secretary of State Antony Blinken, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, visiting Kyiv in the last 2 weeks. Jill Biden returned to Slovakia after her trip across the border.
Dozens of protesters marched in Mexico City on Sunday, angry at violence against women and demanding justice for femicide victims. Women took to the street to denounce the prevailing impunity in cases of gender violence in the country. Relatives of femicide victims, gender violence survivors, organizations, and feminist collective organized and marched through the iconic Reforma Avenue to the Mexican presidential palace. According to think tank Mexico Evala, 5 million women in Mexico were victims of sexual violence in the second half of 2020 alone, including cases of harassment, sexual abuse, and rape, the vast majority of which did not get reported. Around 10 women are killed each day in Mexico, according to official data, where gender violence regularly sparks protests.
As of Saturday, at least 27 people have been confirmed dead and more than 81 others injured after a powerful explosion ripped through Hotel Saratoga in Havana Friday morning, according to the Cuban Ministry of Public Health. Minister of Tourism Juan Carlos Garcia said that the explosion happened during the unloading of a tanker truck carrying about 10,000 liters of liquefied gas. The victims in the blast included 4 children, a pregnant woman, and a Spanish man. At present, rescue efforts continued as firefighters and emergency workers equipped with heavy machinery were removing the rubble and searching for survivors. The hotel is divided into 5 floors on the ground and 2 floors underground. So far, the investigation on the ground has ended, and the search and rescue operation is mainly focused on the 2 floors underground. According to Cuban state TV, 19 people are still missing. Located opposite Cuba's National Capitol building, the 5-star hotel was preparing to reopen on Tuesday as part of the country's bid to revive tourism. About 300 students were attending classes at a school just across the street from the hotel at the time of the explosion. The blast caused the doors and windows of the school to shatter, causing minor injuries to 5 students. Workers are reinforcing the walls of the school to ensure the safety of the building.